Good morning, class 8. Today our topic is migration. What is migration? Migration, as you know, is moving from one place to another. Human beings all over the world have always been trying to find environment which can fulfill their needs properly or meet their most of their needs. The human activities almost everywhere in the world have been impacted by the immediate environment to a great extent. Today, with the growth of environment, the science of technology, human beings can change the environment to satisfy their needs, as we do. In this hot season, we do satisfy our needs by just switching on the AC and making the room cool. This is an example. Well, human beings from time immemorial have been shifting from one place to another for various reasons. This shifting can be of short period or for a long period or for the lifetime or permanently. That means the shifting can be within the country to another country in another part of the world, wherever it is. This shifting or moving of people from one native place or permanent place of living to another place in the country or intention to settle down over there in a new place is known as migration. That means moving from one place to another new place is known as migration, and the people who migrate are known as migrants. The migration can involve individual or family or a large number of persons. Talking about larger number of persons, you can see that when there is war going on in Palestine, and from there many people are leaving those places and going to new places. So these are known as migration. However, all types of movements of the people from one place to another place is not migration. Example, if people who go to another place with the purpose to trade, occupation, tourism, pilgrimage, these are not migration because they are not living there for a long period of time. They are just returning back. The nomads who always move from one place to another is not migrants in search of food and their food for themselves and their herds. Those are not migrants, as they have no intention to settle down in that new place. Now, how many types of migrations are there? First is internal migration, means the migration which is taking place from a specific area to another area, because migration is from one place to another place, from one country to another country. For those migrating, some reasons have to be there. So here the migration of people can be categorized as internal migration, which means moving from one place to another place within the country, and external migration, which means moving out of the country within for some reasons they are leaving those countries. That is known as external migration. Also, rural to urban migration and urban to urban migration. This is internal migration. Rural to urban migration, this is the most common migration that people are moving from one place to another with their families, and villages to cities, towns, etc. It is considered as rural to urban migration. This is mostly happening when people from villages come to towns for finding jobs and doing jobs, and then again go back to their rural areas. Those are known as rural urban migration. Mostly people migrate in cities for better employment opportunities. The movement of people from rural to urban is for higher education, better medical facilities, better public utilities. Is common in the developing countries. In our country also, a large number of unemployed people, persons from particularly Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, they do migrate to metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, etc. The development of large industries near the countries of big cities in China, Brazil, India, many of the countries are attracting people from the nearby rural areas, and so they migrate from their rural areas to those urban areas. Only men migrate and women stay back at their home to look after their domestic duties such as bringing up children, household activities, other things. Next is urban to urban. That means due to executive migration from the rural areas, there are overpopulation in those towns and cities. In such cases, many people then migrate from one town to another town to have better earning. This happens mostly within a country. This is quite common in most of the development countries like USA, Canada, Japan. Even in India also we can find people living in one state is moving to the other state to find better opportunities. Even in developing countries like India, China, people migrate from one town to another town, from one city to another city for better opportunities and trading environment. Immigration, emigration. What is immigration and what is emigration? When the migration of people or families from one country to another, it is known as emigration. Basically, movement of people from one home to another country, home country to another country. The country in which they are migrating, they are known as immigrants. Suppose one person is living in Indore and goes to Chicago permanently, then he is immigrant from India but immigrant in USA. Most of the people tend to migrate from a developing country, from a country they are developing under India, Pakistan, Mexico, Bangladesh, Philippines, to developed countries like China, Canada, France. What are the causes? The causes of migration is lack of employment opportunities in their own country. Somewhere droughts and floods are also causes. Overpopulation and large families are causes. Burglary, thefts and terrorist activities are causes. Religious and social problems. Political instability. These are all the causes for this migration.